Imagine you just got 100 days left before the new year. What if instead of waiting for 2026, you use the rest of the 100 days left of the year to create your very own software as a service SaaS business? And walking into January with an already recurring income, 5K a month, 10K plus per month on autopilot. That's exactly what this video is all about. I'm going to give you the exact week by week roadmap on how to launch your very own SaaS business with GoHighlevel. This is the same exact plan that I use to go from zero to replacing my old 9-to-5. And now you can follow it step by step. My name is Austin, the founder of 9to-SaaS, and I help people build what I call digital rent, monthly recurring income that comes in whether or not you're actively working on your business. The biggest reason why most people fail is because they don't know what to do first. They either overcomplicate things or they sit stuck planning until they can finally get things perfect. This roadmap eliminates all of the guesswork. It's color-coded, milestone-driven, and if you stick to it, you'll have a profitable SaaS business before 2026 even starts. So let's go ahead and break it down. Week 1 is the foundation. All right, so first off, you're gonna go ahead and pick your niche, who you're solving for. Maybe you're choosing HVAC, med spas, realtors, financial advisors, coaches. Choose a profitable niche. In future videos, I'll go through how to choose a profitable niche, but in essence, you gotta pick a profitable niche, which means one client, one new customer for them, one new patient, one new client for them. It's a high value client. If they just get one client, it makes sense, right? It'll pay for your service, for your software for a year, for a month. And so it makes a lot of sense to pay for a monthly service like your software business. Or they can have a high volume of monthly transactions as well, like in insurance. So either or, but I'll break it down a little bit more in future videos, all right? Second is you want to deploy a proven SaaS snapshot. Now, depending on what you're going to offer, this is where you're finalizing your offer, what you want to offer to this local business, because depending on your niche, that's how you choose and create your offer and create your system, your SaaS offer. Because if you don't know who you're going to go after, how are you going to figure out what you're going to offer? So choose a proven industry that you want to go after that has a high ticket value, and then start finalizing your offer. This includes the pricing, the features that you want to offer, the actual deliverables, right? What's the pain point you're going to deliver? Is it missed calls? Is it new customers, new leads? Is it more reviews? Right? Is it AI systems? So this is where we talk about how to actually finalize the offer. Okay. Fourth is you want to have a good way for them to go ahead and pay you. And so what we use is we use a third-party application called Stripe, or you could also use another application. We use Stripe, and it connected to our checkout page. And so they can literally just pay on the spot with a link. So they could choose their plan. Maybe you have 2 different plans. I recommend starting with 2 or 3. Maybe at the beginning you can start off with 2, core plan and a pro plan, depending on your offer. The fourth is build your checkout page and make sure your Stripe is working. Test it out, make sure your Stripe is working and can actually charge the clients. Fifth is you're going to go ahead and create an onboarding flow. All right, this is super important. And this is way different than the typical agency route. Instead of having to instead of with the agency model, the lead gen agency model, typically the way it works is they pay you a bunch of money, thousands per month, and you're basically a slave to your clients. And they're constantly asking you, hey, I need some more leads, I need some more appointments. But the SaaS business model is completely different. The script is flipped. Okay, the way it works is instead of you being a service provider, you're being a software provider. So the way it works is instead of constantly trying to get them results, you're constantly trying to figure out how do I get them to use my software, right? That's what you got to measure. If you can figure out that, right, as soon as they pay you, how fast do I get them to use my software, right? How fast can I get them their first win, right? Maybe it's doing ad campaigns with paid ads. Maybe it's using reviews or AI systems. How fast could I actually get them to be self-sufficient and use the software? That's how it is with SaaS. How fast is it? And that's why you need a really crucial onboarding flow. So as soon as they sign up, pay, you're gonna have a nice welcome video. And if you're using the SaaS plan and GoHighlevel, you're gonna automatically give them the CRM login in a separate email. Now, if you happen to do also a community for your program, you can also use school or even GoHighlevel to create the community, invite them to school. This is what I do. I have the whole community for my niche business owners that I've packaged my GoHighlevel SaaS offer for. Okay. Now, the goal of this is that we have a full system built out. The offer, checkout live, checkout page, all live, everything is working. and now you can start going to market and going after business. Remember, this is just a high-level overview on what you got to do on a week-to-week basis. If you want a really specific breakdown on offers and when you can offer local businesses, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll walk you through more in-depth videos on the actual offers you can offer local businesses. Okay, so let's just say that's the end of week 1. Now we're going to go ahead and move to week 2. This is now the foundation from week 1 to week 2. The second week, now we got to start making activities. Start, figuring out how to get people to know about what our software is and what our program is all about, how it could help them in their business. Okay, so launch activities all start. So first step is you could actually launch paid ads using our proven OPEX ad templates. Okay, I recommend using paid ads because I don't want to, wait a long time to get customers. I literally could spend, $50, all of a sudden get in front of thousands of people. So it just makes a no-brainer to start off with paid ads when you're doing a GoHighlevel SaaS offer. And it could be a free trial, it could be a demo page, it could be a webinar, right? Depending on your sales funnel and your sales process. But my recommendation is launching with paid ads, especially if you're currently in a 9-to-5 already. Then you probably already have money set up in the side that you can just spend on paid ads to grow this business. Now, if for whatever reason that you don't actually have the money or have enough, cash flow to invest in paid ads from the beginning, I recommend reaching out, okay, doing some manual outreach. So that could be hiring a virtual assistant to do it for you, or you doing it yourself. You can literally just pay an outsourced employee $400 or $800 plus per month to send out outsourced messages on your behalf, on your Facebook profile, Instagram, LinkedIn, right? But choose one platform that you want to just go all out on, depending on what industry you want to go after, right? Because there's always different Facebook groups for different local businesses, different LinkedIn groups, right? So choose what platform makes the most sense for your industry. But second is you could also send out the first 50 outreach DMs or emails, okay? Now by this point, you should already be starting to get some traction, either scheduling some demos, having some discovery calls, and getting in front of some people, or maybe even scheduling a webinar and getting some registrants on a weekly webinar, which I'll break down a little bit more in advanced lessons. Now, if you do plan to be in this online business and really make it a full-time, career and be able to quit your old 9-to-5, go to a 9 to SaaS business, I recommend to record content for your business industry. And if you don't know what to look for, I actually break that down in future videos as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. But I recommend recording authority content. That could be like talking about specific case study scenarios on how your niche, how you can help your industry out. But this is more for not necessarily just to get new leads and new customers and get in front of new local businesses, but to actually help you convert those businesses that are opting into your funnels and get them to convert at a higher rate, right? From people opting into your pages to actual people subscribing to your platform. Recording content just makes you look like a little bit more of an authority. If you have a full YouTube page, like Instagram, Facebook, the second phase right here is really optimizing what's already working, okay? So usually that would be your paid ads, right? Choosing what the ad campaigns are working, choosing the creatives that are working, making sure you're blowing up the campaigns, right? So optimizing ads and testing different creatives, right? Now I'll actually show you how to record video ads for your GHL SaaS business as well inside a 9 to SaaS program, okay? So again, second, you're pushing content consistently. This is what I would do, all right? Maybe you're a beginner and you don't feel confident being on camera. Feel free to skip some of these steps. This is just what I would do personally if I was starting all over a SaaS business. Push your content consistently. Do 3 to 5 short posts on a weekly basis, okay? Have a whole content plan. Start thinking about the long term, how to make yourself more credible in this industry. Now, by this point, you're getting very close to closing your very first 1 or 2 paying SaaS users if you haven't already closed them, okay? The goal is by the end of week 3, get a few Stripe notifications, right? $299, $499, $799, $997, 2,000 plus per month subscriptions. Get a few, I don't care what it is, just get a few Stripe subscriptions of local businesses paying you for your software off the get-go by the end of week 3, right? Now, you could realistically get a lot of this done a lot faster. Like, for example, you could really get this, you could really get, all of week 1 done in a weekend, right? I'm just really giving you a leeway and breaking it down and spreading it out for 100 days. But you could, do as much and work as fast as you want, because technically you can work the first 2 weeks, do the first 2 weeks of work in the first week. All right, so once you've actually started getting a few strap notifications, got a few clients at this point, a few subscribers, it's the end of week 3. Phase 2 is still going, which is still the launch phase. Now you're gonna go ahead and refine it just a little bit more. Other than just optimizing ads and pushing more content, you're gonna go ahead and refine the onboarding experience. At this point, you've onboarded, quite a few people, maybe 5+ subscribers, at the end of week 3. Now you're gonna figure out what is the challenge. Why are these guys not getting started, right? Do they need to be reached out to? Do we need to be more proactive? So you got to figure out how to iron out the onboarding and make it a lot more smooth. Okay, so fix any of the friction points that take someone longer, right? From someone paying to someone actually using your software and using your service. That's the goal. Fix the onboarding, make it a lot faster, and weave out and make the onboarding experience a lot more smoother. Okay. Second is you're going to go ahead and collect early feedback from users. At this point, your clients are already using your software. Maybe you got 5 or 10+ clients at this point paying for your software, subscribers paying you. Go ahead and get early feedback from users. Like literally, hey, ask them, hey, how you like the program? How is this working for you? Do you need any help? Right? Get active feedback. Be as proactive as possible with your first few subscribers. Okay. At the end, the third is start prepping for some testimonials and case studies. That's how easy it is. All right. Okay. It doesn't take that long to get your first testimonials and case studies because realistically, they should be having a good first result as soon as they come on, right? Because keep in mind, a lot of these guys are used to paying agencies a couple thousands per month. So make sure you choose a proven niche. So by the end of week 4, you already have 3 to 5 paying users. Maybe you're doing this is really conservative, by the way. If you're really pushing it, you could be a lot more than this, but on the conservative angle, let's say 1 to 2,000 plus, if not more, in a monthly recurring. Okay. Now that's the end of week 4. We're gonna go ahead into phase 3. Phase 3 is all about scale. How do I scale what I already have working? My paid ads, my outreach. So depending on what you chose and what you're doing, you can even do both. You're gonna optimize your client acquisition machine. Is it your paid ads machine? Is it this ad, that ad? Is it a webinar funnel? Is it a book a demo funnel? Is it free trials? What is the best sales process? You're gonna start optimizing what is the best process to bring on new subscribers and start retaining your current subscribers. Okay, this is where you can start scaling and amplifying what you already have. Now, at this point, you've been running ads for a little over a month at this point. You're gonna go ahead and make sure you should already have this in the very beginning, but make sure you're already automating your nurture and reactivation flows. Okay, so this means is making sure all the offers coming in, they're getting work, texted, called, right? So maybe you're doing a webinar, call them, text them all right after the webinar. Maybe you've done a demo, text them, call them. Just make sure they're good. Be proactive. Have a way to constantly re-nurture, right? Text your list once per week, if not more, with a new offer, maybe a new scarcity, right? Hey, I'm offering this for a certain number of clients that come on board, X, Y, Z, right? So you want to make sure you're constantly reactivating your list. Now, at this point, I strongly recommend launching a weekly demo webinar. This is where you go from a one-to-one sales call to doing one-to-many. This is how you're going to scale. You don't have to hire a bunch of salespeople to scale. You could literally just have a more thought out sales process, which is doing webinars. You could do once a week, once a month, whatever makes the most sense for your schedule and for your eagerness to get this business off the ground. But I myself do weekly demo webinars, once per each GHL SaaS business that I have. So I recommend doing a weekly demo webinar. Okay. Now you're gonna start adding case studies and content to your ad funnels. At this point, you've got a few clients. Your first few clients are going to have some success. Your very first few clients are going to have success with this. You just need to go ahead and make sure you're capturing it. Because believe me when I tell you, clients don't tell you when they win. They just tell you and complain when things are going wrong. So a lot of times, it's just a matter of you being proactive, calling them, reaching out to them, and making sure, hey, is everything good? I just saw you got a good book deployment with this much in assets or whatever the situation is, right? So make sure you start adding case studies to your ad funnels, okay? So by the end of week 5 to 6, leads start entering the funnel, and the first few calls are getting booked again and again, okay? End of week 6, again, we're still in phase 3 of scaling, doing a little bit more of conversion and momentum. So we're gonna go ahead and push towards at least 10 paying users if you don't already have 10 paying users at this point. if you really push for it, you're spending a good amount of ads or you're sending a bunch of messages, you probably already have over 10 paying users in the very first month. But if not, at this point, going past week 6, like you're going to push towards more than 10 paying users, right? If you don't, then something's wrong, right? You're not actively, proactively focused on this business if you're not pushing towards 10 active subscribers at this point, okay? So second, go ahead and collect 2 or 3 more strong testimonial videos from your current clients. You see the balance of like retention, reaching out to your clients, asking them for feedback, getting testimonials, and still growing the business, getting more clients. So it's a mix of both, getting more subscribers, maintaining them, and retaining them, okay? Don't neglect one for the other. Focus on both, getting more customers, make sure it's growing month after month, week after week, whether it's more demos, more people register on the webinar, more subscribers subscribe to your platform, and then just measuring like how often is people sticking with you, okay? So again, improve the offer over time. Maybe you can add a pro tier if you only had one offer, maybe add an annual option. By the end of week 7 to 8, you're at least at 3K to 5K per month in monthly recurring revenue. Okay, so this is the end of week 8. Now we're gonna go ahead and do what I call phase 4, dominate. Okay, week 9 to 10, you can dominate, right? Now again, this is just a baseline roadmap. Take all this with a grain of salt. You can literally, condense this whole plan into like half of it if you really work hard and you have the time and the focus to do it. Or maybe you're inside of a SaaS community that already has proven snapshots. You don't have to create everything from scratch. Maybe the first week would have took just a weekend, right? So week 4 is dominate. Week 9 to 10, go ahead and scale and amplify. Again, now at this point, you're already getting some recurring income from your subscribers. My recommendation, you're not quitting your job, you're still working your 9-to-5 job. I recommend while you have your GHL SaaS business on the side, double ad spend on the best funnel that's working. Now, depending on what route you chose, what type of sales process that you chose, double ad spend on the one that is working, that's getting the most subscribers. Okay, don't be afraid to spend money to get more subscribers. Okay, double more ad spend on the best funnel. And now, just in case you weren't spending on paid ads at the beginning, I recommend spending on paid ads because you already have a few subscribers that can pay for your monthly marketing. Okay. Now at this point, you can also add in some marketplace upsells, maybe some new funnels, AI voice system, different packages. You can also upsell them, figure out how to make your subscriber a lot more valuable. Now we go into like actually building a referral system because you've got some good case studies, testimonials, your software is proven. Now start building an affiliate network. This is where I recommend building an affiliate network, okay? So like maybe you could do 30, 40, 50%. I want to choose 50%. I'll choose like 20, 30% in monthly recurring, right? So what that means is building a referral system is, let's just say, a current client wanted to refer another client to your software. You could give them 20% monthly just for referring a new business. This is where I would recommend at this point you're doing 3,000 to 5,000 plus per month. Start reaching out to the big dogs, right? So maybe the guys the brokerages, the hierarchies, right? The guys that have leverage, have influence in your industry. Start giving them an incentive to offer your software to your business industry that you're going after. Okay, so this is build a referral system for existing users. A lot of times that can mean building an affiliate network and affiliate system, affiliate program. Okay, so by the end of week 9 to 10, you're scaling MOR, monthly recurring revenue. You're launching some new upsells, making each client more and more valuable. You feel free to skip some of the steps, right? If you're too advanced. Really, the biggest thing is you're focused on just getting more subscribers and you're focused on the onboarding experience. Now, if you want to launch upsells and referrals, it's a little bit more of an advanced topic. But it is something that I would do if I was starting from scratch. By the end of week 10, again, we're still in phase 3, week 11 to 14. We're going to the end of the year, scaling, just pushing, going a little bit stronger, okay? So finalize your annual and elite tier packages. Really one of the best ways to avoid churn, which is people leaving your software, leaving the monthly subscription, is to have them pay for the whole year. Just have them pay for the whole year. So it'll be a mix of people paying monthly and people paying annual. I like both. I also like people paying a couple thousand for the whole year. So I've had some times where people paid us $8,000 for a whole year. instead of like paying $7.99 per month for the value stack that we offer in our SaaS offer. You could also prepare a year-end webinar, try to build more authority as the year starts to end. So again, this kind of goes hand in hand with actually recording content. Now at this point, reflect, look at what you've done, plan 2026, how you want to scale what you already have working, and scale your current strategy. So by the end of week 9 of 14, your goal is at least 5,000, 10,000 plus in monthly recurring revenue, MRR, with momentum for the next year, for new year. Okay, this is totally realistic, totally possible. Some of these steps are advanced. Just do what you think you could possibly do and follow this roadmap as close as possible to hit 5,000 to 10,000 plus MMR by the end of the year. So that's the goal achieved. So that's the full 100-day, week-by-week GHL SaaS Battle Plan. How you can add an extra 5,000, 10,000 plus in MRR, monthly recurring revenue, to your GHL SaaS business. Here's the truth. Most people will watch this and do nothing. But the ones that are going to take action on this are the ones that are actually going to go ahead and collect recurring digital rent SaaS income every single month, while others are just dreaming about quitting their 9-to-5 and starting an online business. If you want to shortcut this entire process, I break it down in a free 33-minute clone and collect SaaS starter course. Shows you exactly how to launch your very own GHL GoHighlevel SaaS business in just 7 days. It's the link down below. Make sure you click it, get access to the free course. I break down exactly what you get when you sign up for GoHighlevel using the 9to-SaaS link. From snapshots, done for you snapshots, weekly coaching, AI systems, AI follow-up systems, branding toolkits, more funnels, more systems, etc., etc. A whole business in a box, from being able to, have a whole landing page all set up for you, onboarding sequence as soon as you onboard users. If you want a whole business in a box system, make sure you sign up for 9to-SaaS. Watch the free SaaS course inside the 9to-SaaS link down below. Don't wait for 2026 to give you a clean slate. Build your SaaS now, follow this roadmap, and get started today. Subscribe if you want more battle plans like this. Comment down below. What type of niche do you want to go ahead and launch your GHL SaaS business in? We'll see you on the next few videos.